All right, let's connect it up. Wait for everybody to connect. October 13th, 2019 coming at you. Waiting for about a minute early, so we'll just wait for people to jump in and talk a little bit here, a little bit there. Connecting for you. So what's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters? I'm One Eye Bry, also known as PT. You don't know if I'm winking or I'm blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about The Walking Dead. Spoiler warning for Season 10, Episode 1, 2, and 3. I don't want to ruin anything for you, so if you're catching on the replay, let's talk about some spoiler warning for sure. So I'm excited to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 1 and 2, and a little bit of 3. I got to watch the episode yesterday. AMC premiere is killing it. I'm excited that we see it early, but I'm like, is it helping, hurting the show? I mean, AMC premiere members are definitely bringing revenue towards AMC, and everything is like the ratings were down for series lows of the series, and it's like, well, obviously the AMC premiere on there too. So thank you, Jennifer, Bailey, Van something Games, OSN, Strongest Avenger, Kimberly, Jennifer again, Kima, Renee, Gary, Big Sexy, and I'm excited for sure. But spoiler warning for you guys, because I'll talk about the episode, Season 10, Episode 2, Episode 1, and a little bit of 3 for sure. So I'm excited. Oh, Janet's back. Where you been, Janet? Where you been? Hopefully everybody's okay for it. If you got a chance to watch El Camino on Netflix, watched it on Friday. Thought it was great. Watched Joker yesterday. Thought it was good. Thank you guys for joining me. We'll talk a little bit about a bunch of different things as well. Top chat, super chat, always welcome. Thank you, Eddie Pizzle, Strongest Avenger, Tommy, Tanya, and everybody. Gary, thank you guys for joining me today. Walking Dead is back. Season 10, Episode 1 was last Sunday or last Friday, whenever you watched it. And it was one of those things where we did the live stream and then the episode aired. And I stayed up and watched. I already did a review, actually, Bailey, on El Camino. It's on the other channel, Fight For Us. I'm thinking about doing my reviews, movie review, maybe TV review, video game review, stuff on there too, on Fight For Us. Mix it up a little bit, have some people, subscribe to Fight For Us. It's not just going to be about the zombie apocalypse book series that I have. It'll be a multiple things, and movie reviews are on there. So Bailey, definitely subscribe to Fight For Us and the channel that we have on YouTube, and you can check out my review of El Camino. So my man Mark, Christy, Eye in the Dark 2, Julia, thank you guys, Jerry. Thank you guys, Jerry. But I'm excited to talk about The Walking Dead a little bit. So let's talk about Season 10, Episode 1, because it aired after the live stream yesterday, last Sunday. So I thought it was a good premiere. Was it the best premiere? No, I thought it was good. I thought it was definitely up there as a good one, but I still think Season 5's premiere is going to be tough to beat. Season 7's premiere is going to be tough to beat, but Season 10 is a good step in the right direction. Everything that we talked about, the spoilers that came true about the satellite, and then the different oceanside stuff, and it was cool. It was a good start. The music, the cinematography, everything was great. I'm excited about it. Some people still hating on it. They're like, that show's still on? It's like, why do you come to a Walking Dead channel just to say, is that show still on? Obviously, what's up? But, that's what people do. Season 10, Episode 2 airs tonight or Friday or this weekend if you haven't seen it. It's definitely cool to see the Whisper side of it. So I don't want to give too much away. I'll talk about spoilers. I'll talk about the last half. We'll do spoilers for the episode of it. So I like to have a little first 30 minutes, no spoilers, then limited low spoilers. Like tonight's episode is going to be about Alpha, Lydia, Beta, and it's pretty good. It's a great way to build up the Whisperer story arc. And some people thought it was boring. Some people thought it was this. It is what it is. It's a story episode. We get a little more episode stuff for the Beta Alpha connection, which is necessary for storytelling. We have 16 episodes of it. Well, even though the Whisperers were introduced last season, and we have to talk about it a little bit more. So, yeah, I mean, that's a great thing. Najee Watts, best filler backstory they've done, in my opinion, so far. So it still was entertaining. It's not totally backstory. It's kind of a then and now, and then and now, 7 years ago, and then the satellite stuff. So you do see the different perspectives. So the satellite is when you see our group, and now you saw Whisperer's group for it, sure. And it's pretty cool to think of the satellite stuff actually happening. And I love that about The Walking Dead. It doesn't always make sense and it doesn't always happen, but when they do connect things, that's kind of a realistic approach. It's zombie fiction, it's zombie apocalypse story, so how real can it be? But when there is more of a realistic approach, like the early days of The Walking Dead, I think it's pretty cool, and I love that about the show. And when they've been able to have that come more and more and more about it, it's not cheesy and campy, and it's not supposed to be, but if it is supposed to be, that's okay too. Like, I like Zombieland. Double Tap comes out this week, and I'm excited to see that movie, and I know what it is. It's a funny, crazy, over-the-top movie, and it is what it is. But The Walking Dead, I think, is a realism type show, and I love that about it. I love the idea that The Walking Dead has all these different crazy things too. Like, if you like the Whisperers or not, it's a good dynamic because they're villains. Are they? Are they not villains? Are they good guys that see the world in a different way? It's debatable. The same thing with Negan. When people brought up that idea of Negan, if we followed Negan from the very beginning, would we like him and hate Rick? It's debatable, right? But when you watch a show like The Sopranos or Dexter even, or Breaking Bad, you're following these characters as the main antagonist or main protagonist for the story, and then you see the antagonists. If you followed it the other way around and you flip-flopped protagonist and antagonist, maybe the story would be different and maybe you wouldn't like them too much. But it's tough to say that the Whisperers, I just see them as bad guys. I see them as bad people, just especially with, Alpha's mindset, Beta's mindset, and hopefully it's just one of those things that the war is great. So thank you guys for joining me. A bunch of people just joined. Awesome. Taking the time to be here. And I truly appreciate that. So try to keep the spoilers a little bit down to the last half hour. I don't want to give too much away from it. But I like the idea that it's definitely interesting again. Season 10 is a good stepping ground after Season 9, which is a good step in the right direction. So Kang Aradero, hello, Brian. But as a writer, you must acknowledge that only the protagonist can progress the narrative, and Episode 2 had none. Well, The Walking Dead is The Walking Dead, and they love to say that Rick Grimes is not The Walking Dead, and he hasn't been on the show since Season 9, Episode 5, and I'd say it's still good. Who's actually the protagonist of The Walking Dead? Is it Daryl now? Is it the survivors now? Is it, Michonne now? Who is it? Is it our side of the group? Alpha is the antagonist, like the governor was the antagonist. Negan was an antagonist. Now he's part of a group. So is he a protagonist? Is he complicated? Is he an anti-hero? What do you want to call him? So there's a blurred line with it. So I thought it was kind of interesting. So I guess, did you not like the episode, Kang Aradero, then? Because they didn't have that. It didn't progress the story too much, if you're saying that. But overall, and it's okay. You don't have to like it. You don't have to like the episode. You don't have to like what it was. But it's interesting that people would say, I'm not going to watch this episode. Some people have said, it sounds stupid, it sounds terrible. But don't you want to know what happens and sets things up for next episode and weeks after that too? So, Jen, I'll definitely answer that question, the Q&A for the beta thing with the mask. Basically, I'll talk about that for sure. But Season 10, Episode 1, I thought was really good. I love the idea of the Easter eggs and the callbacks and connections and some stuff there. And I watched Talking Dead, hoping there would be a quiz because I love the idea of winning a prize. And I knew a lot about the episode and I set it up, but I guess the idea that it was taped, that they didn't have the quiz because the quiz is live when you answer the questions. And I was like, man, that kind of stinks. I was ready to try and win something, but I didn't because there was no quiz. And I thought it was cool with Greg Nicotero, Angela Kang, Negan, Daryl, Carol, and then Judith came on. And it was cool because they definitely love each other, and you could see they love working with each other, and it's just great when it exudes that on film, on camera, on TV, and on stage, and behind the scenes, and all that stuff is pretty cool. Greg Nicotero was telling some Easter eggs and some stuff that was there, like the Jaws connections of the yellow barrel and the shark teeth and everything there too. And it was pretty cool to see that and hear that as well. I'm excited for what Angela Kang said about the future of things. She said a big thing about Negan meeting Daryl. I'm meeting Daryl. Negan meeting Beta. Sorry, that it was asked by a fan. The fan question was that too. Will Negan meet Beta this season? And she couldn't give too much away, which was okay. She said that they will meet, and it's a big, awesome way, but she didn't want to give too much away for spoilers, which there's no doubt. She gave us something, right? And I love that about Angela Kang. She gives us answers, even when she can't really give us answers. Because she wants to tell us, I think, but she's like, I'm not going to say that because that. And it's like real. When Gimple used to be on, he was like, well, did this show do that and that show do this and there, and I can't really give too much away, so I'm going to slowly talk about the answer in a way that I'm not sure about giving anything away, but give you something in the same time. And it was like, what? Angela Kang, I don't get that feeling. Even though she might do the same thing, I get this feeling that she wants to say that. I want she to say it. So I think that I'm excited for the rest of season 10. The Carol Alpha dynamic is hopefully happening. The stare down at the end was awesome. And I know someone in here asked the question, do you think it was real that Alpha saw Carol? And the answer is yes. They definitely know that Alpha saw Carol, and I guess maybe Daryl, but definitely Carol on their side of the border. My border. And after tonight's episode, the following episode, 10:03, looks to be continuing on kind of the real deal situation going forward. No more backstory, no more this. And it's pretty cool to see that going forward, what's going to happen. You're going to see some different things in this episode that are kind of Halloweenish, scary movie type stuff, horror film stuff, which is cool because we had that feel a little bit on The Walking Dead early on, and then we didn't have it. And then it went away, and then it came back. And it's definitely something that's cool because, especially with the whole Beta dynamic. And I want to save it for the last half hour. I want to tell you guys, but I don't want to give too much on there too. So I'll probably go maybe, 40 minutes in or 20 minutes in. I mean, for the last 40 minutes, I might go spoilers because there's a lot of good stuff I want to talk to you about. But Kang, era, Daryl. At Brian, the show is an ensemble. Michonne, Daryl, and Carol, they were moved to the narrative last season after Rick left. Yeah, I mean, I could see what you're saying. I mean, the narrative is survival, though, too. The narrative is zombie apocalypse, stay alive. So we'll see. I can see what you're saying, but I still liked season 10, episode 2 for what it was. And not everything's going to progress the story so much, even though it did. It kind of caught up some things and built up for, next week, the episode 10:03 and beyond. Renee, are they back weekly Talking Dead? Yes, I believe so. I believe tonight's episode is Talking Dead taped live with Yvette Nicole Brown, lover or hater. After she was on the cruise, I definitely started to like her more. Initially, I was like, Yvette Nicole Brown, she's a little over the top. She's a little too much with her notebook and everything and, super fan and whatever. But she was on the cruise, Last Walker Stalker cruise, and she was pretty cool. And, I kind of got a little more appreciation for her. And then Beta, Ryan Hurst, and Gamma, Thora Birch, will be on Talking Dead tonight, of course, with Chris Hardwick. And I believe they'll be back. People ask the question all the time because Fear the Walking Dead only had, I want to say, did they have the premiere, the mid-season finale, and then the finale of the season for Talking Dead, for Fear the Talking Dead? Or was it just 2 episodes? It might have been 2 or 3 episodes of Talking Dead for Fear, but it wasn't many at all. If it was 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. It wasn't weekly. So Talking Dead I like it. I get information, some Easter egg stuff, some Behind the Dead stuff you can only get there. 1855 Dead Live or whatever it's called. And then you get the sneak peek for next week, and it's cool. I mean, it's a cool thing, and I like the idea of continuing on with the show, and I like Chris Hardwick. He's pretty funny, and he seems like a genuine guy, and I'm glad he's back, and he was back last year because, that whole debacle with that too. It's just kind of crazy what could have happened and what we would have done if Chris Hardwick never came back, right? But so they have something filming news. They film Monday through Friday. They're still filming right now, season 10 of The Walking Dead. They'll film till next month. They probably have about a month left, is what I've seen. So they have had a thing about. It was pretty cool to see that the idea of the filming at Hilltop. So it was pretty cool that I was there, and somebody posted it some other spot. And it was pretty cool that they had the idea of your video in the week used. Pretty cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. So no intent. I mean, I just give credit to it. So it's pretty awesome to put that on there for sure. People were leaking those photos everywhere. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the great photos of it. I'm not sure what pics we had from there, but I don't know. A lot of people have that and share it all over the place. So no harm, no foul on there. That's for sure. But I appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys taking the time to be here with it. But I like the idea of having the idea of talking with you guys for every live stream. Next Sunday, I'll have a live stream, and then the following Sunday, I won't be able to be here because I will be traveling. I won't be able to post videos for a while at the end, like towards the end of the month. But it's definitely something that I'm going to miss you guys talking to you and being here for it. So The Walking Dead is definitely still filming some pretty cool stuff with the different things on there too. So the person there. So yeah, are you talking about the pictures with Negan there? Spoiler dead? Ratsy? Because definitely they were shared all over the place. They were going up like wildfire for it. So I meant no disrespect for that. Never do. Give credit where credit is due for it. But awesome pictures. But the idea of the filming still going on is that we can still get some information. I'm not sure what episode, if they're still filming in order, out of order, all over the place. It's pretty cool stuff that people have seen more and more information. Now, everybody doesn't want... So I think more people are getting used to the spoilers. Some people don't want the spoilers. Some do. And I can see both sides of it. It's crazy to get information for the season, and then it's tough to not get more information there. I just like the idea of getting information now because it's been going around forever. I think started getting information in season 6 of The Walking Dead. It was pretty cool to see that so much has come about, and the spoiler stuff, it really expanded for a long time for it. But I think season 10 is a great way to continue with the Walking Dead franchise. Did you guys see John Rod fight for us? Yes, sir. But the Walking Dead is talking about miniseries, spin-offs, all that stuff too. So I think it's cool if it's done the right way, if it would be done for certain things. I think the big thing that they should have is the Negan spin-off, the Here's Negan, if Jeffrey Dean Morgan wants to do it. I think it would be cool if it's done the right way with things. I don't know how they want to do certain things with it. Are they just trying to make us watch different things? Are they trying to just make us the brand keep it rolling? Because you got AMC Studios now. I mean, you could buy AMC stock. You could be a shareholder of AMC, and you can be a part of it. And when you got shareholders, you got to kind of keep the revenue coming in. You got to keep things rolling. You got to keep doing things more and more and more and more. And you got to be able to make the people happy with it. But we're going to have The Walking Dead movie, hopefully filming in late November is still the word. We're going to have The Walking Dead third show. We're going to have Fear the Walking Dead. I don't know where that's going to get the boot. And then we have a Walking Dead season 11. Plus maybe some spin-offs and some miniseries and some web series and some all this stuff. So it's going to be The Walking Dead so much on there too, which is great. And I hope it continues on for great success. And I just hope that the third Walking Dead third show, I'm not sure what it's going to be called. I'm not sure if it's going to be called The Walking Dead Monument or The Walking Dead something or whatever. I think it would be pretty cool to have it connect with CRM and the helicopter people and, a bunch of people there. So if it all connects, that's kind of what we want. We just want the Walking Dead universe to have different connections and different connecting points. And it can be a global connection. It doesn't have to be like one character goes over there. Like Fear is like forced. It's like a forced spinoff when it didn't want to be a spinoff. Sandra, hey, how we doing? But then we got it because if it's in the Walking Dead name, The Walking Dead's in the name, it's going to be connected to the Walking Dead universe. I mean, come on. We got the Walking Dead show, which I think is going to be the Commonwealth. I think the Walking Dead show connects the dots with Commonwealth, the Miltons, that whole story arc, potentially Stephanie. We already know that Princess is coming in. So is Princess on the radio? I've been working on a video for that. There just hasn't been that much material coming, but I know Princess Juanita Sanchez will be coming in this season. So I think that if hopefully you got Chris, Commonwealth R Monument. I like the idea of it being, hopefully you've seen my video on that. I have Commonwealth, then the Republic, and Monument. Commonwealth, C, R, Republic, R, M, Monument. So if it all connects, if it doesn't, if you have some loosely based connections, but if you see it, you see the circles on Hope and Iris's jackets. So, I mean, they're definitely there as well. So, and it's pretty funny. Like, there was this guy, I posted the thumbnail of that video on Instagram. I hope you give me a follow on Instagram. I'll be posting stuff on Facebook and Instagram when I can while I'm traveling. So give us a follow and give us some support there. Also, TWD community. So I won't be able to post videos on YouTube, but I'll be able to post stuff there, and I post videos on there as well. Or post information and stuff on Instagram on there, so at the PT channel for sure. So I posted the thumbnail there too, and somebody was hilarious. He was like, "Yeah, you're really reaching for straws here, man. I can't believe you said that. Everybody knows, and Gipple said that it's going to be connected with CRM. You're really reaching here." And it's like, does everybody know that? Does everybody know that there are going to be 3 communities? Does everybody know that it's going to be potentially this and that? It's just hilarious that somebody had to be super rude with that and say some comment, and then, that's just what people do. But I don't think everybody knows all the information on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and everything that's going around. So when I post videos, I don't know what people know and what they don't want to know, right? It's just crazy to think that people have all this information. Yeah, exactly. I'm reaching. Well, again, I don't know what people know. So how can I make a video and it's going to appeal to the thing, but the person thinks I'm talking to them directly and they're like, I already know this. Well, that's good. Good for you, man. I'm not trying to rock the boat or cause any problems. I'm just sharing information, sharing stuff that's going around. And when I have discussion videos, like the video I have about the walker guts and the zombie blood and all that stuff and all that there too, right? I want to be like, maybe I come across, because I'm from Jersey, New Jersey, South Jersey on there too. So maybe it's the Northeast coming out where I talk like that, but I'm not like nitpicking on The Walking Dead. I'm not nitpicking on things. And it's like, I'm excited to have the idea with it on there too. Spoiler Dead Ratsy, can you please delete that video and re-upload with credits? I credited the Spoiling Dead fans. That's where I got the information from. I didn't have who it was exactly from to do that as well. So unfortunately, it's going to stay up and have the credit there. In the future, I will credit you directly if I know who you are. I don't even know who Ratsy is or whatever on there too. I don't even know who exactly it was, but I got it from the source of the pictures that were kind of leaked all over the place. So the information's there. There was credit given for sure. I did not take credit for it. For that, and it says if it's copyright, Spoiling Dead fans, all that stuff, I gave credit where credit is due, so that's just what I always do. So that's just how it works. So again, I'm not trying to be mean there, whatever, but I just don't know who it was for you, but for what it is, deleting a thing and reposting and all that stuff. I mean, it's a hassle to be putting all these things up and remaking it, because I already made the video. I delete stuff off my hard drive for all that because I'm running out of space on here too. So some of that stuff that I'd be starting fresh for it, unfortunately it would just be a lot of work. So, but, in the future, it would definitely be noted for it. If your name is exactly there, again, Ratsy, I don't even know who you are for what it would be. So if it was something there, it's just one of those things where for what it is. And the big thing too, to put that out there, what I learned, because people take pictures that I make, all this stuff all the time, or make for what it is, put copyright Ratsy or put copyright, whatever your name is, put that on there too, or at this, and put it on there. People post it all the time, because once it gets posted on Facebook and spreads like wildfire, it's all over the place. So the original person might not get credit for it, and that's what happens. So note to self, put that on there. And I'm not trying to be mean, rude, disrespectful, but just do that too. So all right, bro. Okay. Then I don't know why this person's being this difficult. Just make a YouTube channel then. I mean, I'm not trying to do anything like that, but man, it's the second person. That's what it is. It's a community that posts stuff all the time on Facebook. And when you post stuff on Facebook, the pictures go all over the place. And then they get spread like wildfire. So I don't even know the original person that posted anything on there too. So it's just ridiculous. It's just crazy. So again, every time something happens, you're on there too. So Renee H. Bry, what was going on with the Breaking Bad thumbnail? What do you mean, Renee? I'm not sure what you mean there. I had the one, I did my review of El Camino, and I was excited for it. It was a big, cool thing that I hope you check that out on Netflix. And then hopefully you guys seen El Camino. I definitely think that El Camino was a movie that was fun to be made. It kind of continues on the idea of the Breaking Bad franchise, but was it necessary? Maybe not, because I like the idea of having the idea of the Breaking Bad franchise continue on, but the idea of, it was the thing that I put an X through the name, Walt, it was still alive or whatever, that's on there too, and somebody had that up. It was definitely it was online, someone had it, and it was, I put the X through the, if he was still alive or not too. So I thought it was on there for it. So I was going with that. He's not alive for what it was. So it's not exactly the same from it. It was online and I had it on there as well. So it's definitely not the same because it's got a big old Rex on it and a big old X on it. And people love to do that. No disrespect again to that, but people love to do this and do that. So, for sure. But either way, so let's talk about the episode. Let's talk about it a little bit after all that craziness on there too. So it's just crazy that people are going to complain about all this stuff and people just love to do it too. So, but the idea of taking it from somewhere on there, when thumbnails get posted and videos pictures get posted on there too, they spread like wildfire on searches and Facebook and all this stuff on there too. So, I didn't go on there and like copy their thing and be like, oh my God, that's a great thumbnail. Oh my God, it's Walter White's face. Like, great. Okay, good. So either way, Kang Aradero Q&A, thoughts on AMC writers humanizing Negan and Beta Alpha because the actors are popular, so they want them to bring money at cons. With Negan, it makes sense with the redemption, but whispers are bad. That's true. The idea of Negan being connected with the future of the show is definitely something that's good. The idea that Negan doesn't need any humanizing. People are going to go meet Jeffrey Dean Morgan at conventions, and people are going to meet Ryan Hurst at conventions, and people love Samantha Morton at conventions. So I don't think it has anything to do with money at conventions. People can hopefully, look outside the actor versus the character. Sometimes they don't, right? So the idea of Beta and Alpha being villains is their acting. Ryan Hurst and them, they're acting, but Ryan Hurst has connections with Sons of Anarchy, so people are going to love him for that, and Samantha Morton has a history of acting, and so does Negan, but the writers are going to have to write the show. So let's stop